right, going back to the beginning of the section, we said when we were looking at numerical distributions, we wanted to focus on three different things: shape, center, and spread. So far, everything that we've talked about has dealt with shape. So now what we want to look at here is we want to look at center. The center is the typical value in the data set. This is a point that is roughly half of the data is above and half of the data is below. The definition is left kind of vague, similar to that of an outlier. We're going to talk in the next chapter more about ideas of center, but for right now we're thinking about it as a typical value, the middle value. Right? If a distribution is bimodal or multimodal, it might make sense to look for the center of each group of data instead of the data set as a whole. So if we do have something that has more than one mode or mound, we might want to look at the center for each group, not the center for the data set as a whole. All right, in example 3 then, in order to become a lawyer, you must pass your state's bar exam. Examine the distribution rates that the bar exam is passed for law schools in the United States. What is the typical bar passing rate for a law school? Right, so typical means it's going to be somewhere in the middle. We can kind of tie in some different things from our previous discussion of shape. This appears to be skewed to the left because we have a tail over the left. We might have some outlying values over here. But looking at this, the center of our data set, well, we have a pretty good chunk above here. And if we added all of this stuff up on the other side, it would probably be pretty close to what we have on that side. So our center is going to be this kind of middle bar right here that has the largest frequency, right? So that would be somewhere in that middle bar. We would expect our center to be somewhere between 80 to 90%. Okay? So our center is the typical value. Again, half of our data is above, half of our data is below.